Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is your boy James, aka Hollywood James, and I'm live in the building once again. Back with another Synful Blaq reacts. I got my main man, Big MF and Sinners in the building. How you doing today, sir?
Apparently, I'm doing better than this baby in the picture because he looking like, who the fuck is you and why you got my head?
Are you my daddy?
Are you my daddy?
Oh, man. So this one's a little bit of an interesting one. This is a special request, Big Sin. I think you got to elaborate on this one a little bit further than I can.
Yeah, the homie John was like, hey, I want you guys to check out this video. It's called Nothing More Fade In, Fade Out. I've never heard of the group. It's a rock song. So let's go ahead and check it out and see what's up with this, man.
Yep. Let's go. Let us go. Let's get right to it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it.
As soon as he finds that play button.
Oh, I found it. It just didn't want to work.
Just the other day I looked at my father. It was the first time I saw he'd grown old. Canyons through his skin and the rivers that made them carve the stories I was told. He said, son, I have watched you fade in. You will watch me fade out. I have watched you fade in. You will watch me fade out. When the grip leaves my hand, I know you won't let me down. Go and find your way. Leave me in your wake. Always push through the pain. And don't run away from change. Never settle. Make your mark. Hold your head up. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. Just the other day stared at the ocean.
Hold on.
With every new wave, another must go.
All right. The reason I stopped there was for a reason, because I saw that visual. All right. So let's talk about it real quick. All right. So we saw a baby grow into a preteen.
A young adult.
A young adult. Well, preteen, and then we saw the young adult. So then we saw the baby to the preteen, young adult. And we saw where the father was, of course, coddling the son, teaching him how to grow and walk. And then in this particular scenario, teaching him some life lessons. And then in the third scenario, they got into a little bit of an argument. Looks like the kid is, like I said, just around 17, 18 years old. Seemed to be a nice starving artist. Maybe even older than that, I want to say, because he did run away from home. But I guess they had some conflicts. Maybe the father felt that he could do better with his life, right? And I think that's
that's what it looks like. It looks like the father was like, you're down here drawing these fucking pictures, doing these paintings, but you're not doing anything else. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And which is kind of, and we've gotten that talk before where we've been, whole like, what are you doing with your life and blah, 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 blah. You'll never amount to anything if you keep focusing on this and this and this and that. It's kind of sad.
Hold on. Parents in the 80s and 90s. You'll never make money playing video games.
So, and then we ended the sequence. I paused at this particular sequence because the son ran away. Apparently never came back.
Yeah, his dad went out looking for him and he couldn't find him.
And so he found the painting that they argued about. and then he hung it up on his wall. So that's kind of where we're at right now. I guess we filled out the first half of his life. Let's go into part 2.
One day you'll remember us laughing. One day you'll remember my passion. One day you'll have one of your own. I say, son, I have watched you fade in. You will watch me fade out. When the grip leaves my hand, I know you won't let me down. Go and find your way. Leave me in your wake. Always push through the pain. And don't run away from change. Never settle. Make your mark. Hold your head up. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. Follow your heart.
All right. Now we have the second part of this where, when young love comes into play. It's young love, where
Yeah,
he
but
gets.
he didn't wear a condom, so she pregnant.
Yeah, that sees what it is. You see that look on her face, and so he met her. Well, all right. So first thing we gotta get to the fact that he didn't answer his dad's call. So that was just kind of
He ignored that because he was still mad at him.
yeah, and so it looks like that he was just. And I hate that. Our parents make us mad sometimes. Just is what it is. We've all been through that phase, ladies and gentlemen. But he, I guess, like I said, met this young lady. He was able to share his art form with her, and she fell in love with him.
Yeah, she accepted him for who he is.
Yeah, yep. And then they knocked the boots all night long. Knock the boots all night long. But when you knock the boots, the belly goes oop, and yeah, there's a baby on the way. So that's where we're at.
He said the belly go oop.
Yeah, when you knock the boots, the belly go oop. All right. I wish you get a T-shirt. When knock the boots, the belly go oop. All right, let's go.
I have watched you fade in.
It's a boy.
Watch
Yes.
me fade
Woo.
I have watched you fade in. You will watch me fade out. When the grip leaves my hand, I know you won't let me down. Go and find your way. Leave me in your wake. Always push through the pain. And don't run away from change. Never settle. Make your mark. Hold your head up. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. When the morning comes and takes me, I promise I have taught you everything that you need. In the night you'll dream of so many things, but find the ones.
Okay. All right. So this is the third part right here, where so he calls the father to tell him about the pregnancy, and the father did what the son did, and didn't answer the call.
So I'm just gonna say this now. As a parent, never fucking do that to your kid.
No, never do that. I don't care if I'm in the middle of work on an actual call. If my kid needs me, I'm going to answer the phone. Now, if it's something stupid, then yeah, I'm gonna go cuss him out. But normally, especially if you haven't heard from the child in a while, that's just
Yeah, because right now we're looking at like years that they haven't spoken.
yeah. At this point, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, that's the rough one. But
And
then
the painting that he made was what he saw with the picture of the baby.
yeah, the ultrasound, which was an
Yeah.
amazing painting by the way. Excellent idea. I like it. And
And his
so
dad
then,
didn't even have the balls to come and talk to him about the painting. He waited till he got inside.
yeah, and I think he did it on purpose because he probably felt that his son was still upset at him, about everything that happened. But then he saw the girl pregnant, understood what was going on, and understood the paintings. He's like, you know what? If I can do anything, I'm gonna do this. And he bought the other painting off of him.
And it looked like
Well,
she
also-
gave him more than they were asking for it because she looked shocked at the amount that he gave him.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, so let's take a look. Let's get this thing sorted out real quick. And the father took off. He don't even know that she was there. I think she's about to relay that message to him. But all right, let's go.
I don't even think he told her that he was his dad.
Oh, that's true.
Just some guy came and bought a fucking painting and paid extra.
That's very true. All right, let's keep it rolling.
that bring you life, and you find me. That's where you'll 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 find me.
Oh wow. Whew. Whew. Shit.
All right, so so I resonate with this majorly. And is it cool if I tell a little story here? A couple of them actually.
Yeah. Yes. Go ahead, sir.
All right. First thing first is the father passing away. And myself and Hollywood over there, we lost our dad within a year of each other, I think.
Yes. It was. That's correct, sir.
And the interesting part about that dynamic is, so my dad was kind of racist. His dad didn't like white people, and he told James that I was one of the only friends James could ever trust with anything. And it actually came to fruition when you got locked up, and I was the first person your dad called.
Yeah.
My dad said the same thing to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The other one I have is with death comes new life. The reason I say that is because when Amy was born, my daughter was born, about an hour before that, my ex-wife's grandfather, who was like her father figure, passed away an hour before she was born.
Oh wow. Jeez. Oh man. So I've always believed in something. I always say life finds a way, but I also say that in this world, you notice that the murder rate is also the same as the birth rate, right? Well, the death rate is the same as the birth rate. So a baby being born at the same time a man is murdered. Nas said it so proficiently. I believe that souls aren't infinite; they're very finite, and so when things like this happen, sometimes souls just transition into one another, you know. And I've always truly believed that, and that's how things work. It's something to think that the father passed away, and part of me believes that he went back to the house. I mean, those same pictures that were on there were still laying on that front porch in there. And he's got to have got word that his father passed away, so he went back to the house. And the pictures were hanging up in the wall. He was shocked that the pictures were still hanging up all to this day, and even the one that they sold. And he realized that his dad had always supported him.
His dad just didn't know how to express it. So
exactly. That's kind of what it is. You know, we all got to be tough men and blah, 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 blah. But at the same time, we got to let our kids know that we love them. I think that's the one thing that we've learned, me and you as parents, is that sometimes we didn't get the love that we wanted, but we knew that the love was there. But with our the way that we treat our kids is different. We let our kids know that we love them and then that we're going to be there. So that is one thing I always take away from that. We grew, because of them, we were able to grow as parents and grow as fathers.
Well, you see, the way I was never brought up in that coddling, love, hug atmosphere. Everything was tough in my childhood, and because we were always struggling, we were poor growing up, and this and that, and on the move all the time because Pops had arthritis, couldn't do the job he was doing anymore. I'm the youngest of 4 boys. It's one of those things that, like I said, when it comes to like the physical love part, I did not grow up in that atmosphere. Which is why I think I give my daughter space, but I also give her the physical love that she needs because I know she needs it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're in a unique situation where you're the father of a daughter, and the one thing that with daughters, we have to teach them to know how to love, or else, but also be cautious. And so, I think that's what you've done in the process. You've been able to balance both. With my son, I'm not too tough, but I'm not soft with him. My daughter, I do coddle because I understand that with her, she's got to love. You know what I'm saying? She has that personality of just a loving person. But I don't want my son to be too soft because I don't want to ever have his heart broken, because I think it's irreparable damage at that point with him because of who he is and what he stands for. But at the end of the day, I think we're doing a really good job as dads, bro. I really think we are. We may not be perfect, but can't nobody tell us that we're not good dads, So I think our dads would be proud of us. I think they really, really would. So now that we've bared our souls to the interwebs, we have to...
People don't learn a lot about us today.
Look at, you know what I'm saying? So let's talk about it. So the song itself was a wonderful song. The song got a beautiful message. It was a rock song, oddly enough, with 3 verses and a bridge, which that's what kind of tripped me out. I'm like, wow, 3 verses and a bridge. It was a long one, though. Even if you take out the end part with the baby crying, it's a 6-minute rock song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's something else. That's something to think about. But it's a deep song, and you can tell that the emotions in that song were deep as hell. What are your thoughts about that?
This triggered something in my brain. Not really regret or finite or anything like that. Just it brought up some memories. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, it wasn't always the best childhood growing up, but I know that he cared. You know what I'm saying? I know he did.
Yeah.
Oh, plain and simple. It's one of those things that it's because me and my dad didn't always get along.
No, of course not. I don't.
And much like this video here, but you see, he didn't have a cell phone when he passed away. I barely had a cell phone when he passed away. He died in 2003. I was not one who had one of these at that time.
Oh yeah, no, Matter of fact, I despised them to the most part. I'm like, I had one for little emergencies, prepaid joint. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I don't even think I had a cell phone until after my dad passed away. So
yes, and that we were both at the same part there. See, my dad passed away while I was at work. I remember when your dad passed away. You came. I made you come to my house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The song was fantastic. Like I said, not many songs can elicit an emotional reaction out of me.
Yeah.
But this one did. I felt this shit in my soul.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, guess we got to ask ourselves the question: is it a replay or is it a go away? For me,
yeah.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
It's a replay. It's one of those ones that I'm going to need it to be in a certain frame of mind to replay it, but I don't want to discount the artist because obviously they cared deeply when they did this song.
Yeah, yeah, I agree the same way. It's gonna have to be one of those things that, you know, when that time comes and those emotions hit, man. Listen, this just reminds me and realize, one, my childhood wasn't perfect, but I think I was raised right, and two, I'm raising my kids right, and I think that's the message that that's to pass on. You know, we're doing what we can to take care of our kids, and they're doing what they can to treat us right as parents, and that's kind of just where it's at, man. That's where it's at. All right, so my Big Sin handled the spiel last time. I'll take care of it. So if you enjoy in what we're doing, if you like the reacts, if there's something you want us to react to, if you feel that we're not reacting well enough the way that you want us to react to, tell us, hit the comments, like and subscribe, share us with your friends, let us know what we can do to make you happy with these Synful Blaq reacts. If there's anything that you want to see, want to hear, or you have an opinion about, we're definitely active in the comment section. So we comment, we're here, we do what we do. So Big Sin, you want to touch down on anything else that we got?
Yeah, ring that bell so you know when the new reactions come out. And like I said, whether you get along with them or not, treat your parents with respect. If you have children, treat them with the same respect you want people to treat them with. Mm-hmm. Because if you don't, then they're going to let people walk all over them.
Yes, that's right. We definitely don't want to do that. But we're going to be out here. Make sure you check us out all week. We got reactions coming 5 days a week. We just dropped the Talk Your Shit. Make sure you check that out. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, that's my man Big Sin. I'm Hollywood J. Black. This is Synful Blaq Reacts. And we out this thing. Deuces.